Greetings, Clashers one and all, and thank you so much for checking out Clash of Clans Attacks, as today we go into Never Say Die late game golems. The golem card in Clash Royale really can make for some late game excitement, and that's exactly what we're going to see in these replays. Now, because the golem is a ridiculously expensive 8 elixir, it can almost always leave you defenseless, unable to respond to any sort of push from your opponent. So you have to be super careful where you deploy it. So I'm going to try to save it for a real push later on, especially during that last minute when you have double elixir. So right now, pretty much just playing on defense, splitting out the barbs like that, the tombstone down defensively as well. And right away I'm getting overrun. He's got all sorts of cards coming in on the right hand side. The minions go, they converge, and this tower is in deep, deep trouble. The bomber ineffective, the spear goblins frozen, and just about 45 seconds into this match, I am going to fall behind 1 crown to 0. And I have to admit, as you watch my elixir go full and stay that way, I was just about ready to quit, just call it a day, and let the level 10 beat the level 9. But no, I decided not to give up yet. Let's go ahead and drop the golem down and just see if possibly we can make something happen. I drop the golem as far back as I can to give myself a chance to rebuild some elixir. Maybe, just maybe, I can stack some units on top. I drop a dragon, he drops minions, so the dragon will take out those minions quickly. The fireball here, that maybe not the best choice. It did do some damage to the knight, but the dragon probably would have handled the knight on its own. He's got spear goblins. That is going to cause my golem to break into golemites, but we are going to do some severe damage on that tower. In the meantime, the tombstone helped to take down the hog rider on the left hand side. Luckily, he didn't have a freeze there, and we've got some damage on that right tower, although we are still very far behind. So in comes a reset. We're both rebuilding elixir. I'm only 1 elixir ahead at the moment, but I've got a golem coming up, and we're just about to head into double elixir. The last minute of the battle is just about to get underway. Here we go, and I drop another golem, this time out in front. He answers with barbarians. I try to stack a dragon on there. He throws a freeze spell on the dragon, and the barbs are going to chase down that golem. Now he's got minions out there as well, so my dragon is history. But check out that golem. This is the beauty and the danger of a golem that makes it to a tower. It will single-handedly finish off that tower and tie the score 1 crown to 1 with 37 seconds left. Now I've got a push, trying to counteract his push on the left-hand side. I'm going to ignore the golem and focus on that left tower now. He's got barbarians. I've got to counter those just so he doesn't 3-crown me down here. A wizard in behind, the knight converging as well. Perhaps I can get a couple of these at once. There we go. The fireball grabs the wizard and the knight, and he wastes a freeze spell because I've managed to get rid of every single troop on my side of the battlefield. So overtime is a certainty, and I'm actually just very slightly ahead with more hit points on my remaining tower than his. He's got the musketeer moving forward. I've got the golem coming from the back of the playfield once again, but he's got other plans as his hog rider approaches. Looks like he's going for 3 crowns. Hog rider, minions, and spear goblins. A big crowd and a knight. A great freeze spell grabs most of those troops. I throw some barbarians in the mix, a tombstone, and hopefully we can stop this push on the right-hand side, as once again, my full-size golem has made it to his tower, and it is all about offense right now, forgetting my tower and the hog rider down there, the dragon, the bomber, everybody converging. I throw a fireball in as well, and that should just about do it as the tower finally goes down. And that is victory, 2 crowns to 1. Coming from behind with the late game golem. So that double elixir last minute and overtime really makes a big difference when you've got an 8 elixir golem in your arsenal, and that is exactly what we're going to see once again up against the Levy from Canadian Bacon. Now, rather than saving up 10 elixir, this attacker goes for the quick spear goblins to try to chop off a few hit points off of my left tower. Doesn't work real well. He gets very little done, and we're back up to full elixir. My tombstone helps out. I drop a dragon at the back. He drops archers at the back. Again, dropping units that far back is conservative. It allows more time for reaction and to stack, and that's what I've got, a stack. I've got the dragon, a couple of skeletons, and the golem moving in on the left-hand side, and he's got minions. I've got a fireball. He's got a bomber. I've got more skeletons, and we are indeed going to get quite a big chunk of hit points off of this tower, down to well below 1,000. So way more than 50% of that tower is gone, very early in this match. So that is another way to try your golems. It is risky. You're so elixir starved early on, it comes back so slowly that you really stand to lose a lot if you don't make the right move with a golem early. And now he's got a P.E.K.K.A, a giant full-size P.E.K.K.A coming at me from the bridge. I try to answer with a dragon, but he's got a dragon of his own. This free spell, just absolutely perfect, grabs both his P.E.K.K.A and the dragon, gives me precious seconds to wear that P.E.K.K.A down, but it only postpones the inevitable as the P.E.K.K.A gets in a couple of huge shots and takes that tower down to below 300 hit points before the P.E.K.K.A finally goes down, and I can stop the push with barbarians and spear goblins of my own. He drops arrows that just barely clip one of the goblins and take half of the remaining hit points off that tower. So with the minions closing in, it doesn't look good. This fireball probably wasted. Probably at that point could have just given up the tower because these spear goblins will finish it off. And the levy goes up 1 crown to nothing with 60 seconds left. So we're into double elixir and I'm already thinking golem. But I'm thinking golem on the right-hand side. I realize that if I'm going to win this, it's going to have to be 2 or 3 crowns to 1. And so I'm going to push from the right-hand side and see if we can't catch him off guard. The dragon, and now he drops the P.E.K.K.A in so close to my king's tower. This is not good. But check out the tombstone. Love this placement. It could have even been further back and turned that P.E.K.K.A around. Stalls the P.E.K.K.A out just long enough that we grind it down almost into nothingness. Come on, stop it before it gets there. One shot, it's going to get just a single strike in before it finally goes down. But look at the meantime, the right tower is being overwhelmed. My golem has made it there, and that tower is just about history. There it goes with a beautiful freeze spell. Gets my units in, and now we are tied with just a few seconds left. This battle was almost over, and now we are forced into overtime, and I have the upper hand because his tower is badly damaged and my golem is already on the way. The dragon in behind again to take out the minions, and that is game over as the golem, the dragon, the fireball get in there, take that tower down, and I just eke out the come from behind victory, 2 crowns to 1. So the golem is a fantastic card, but you've got to be super careful as to when you deploy it so that you don't find yourself defenseless. And to answer your questions, yes, I promise to let you know as soon as I know the release date globally for this game. I fully expect it to come out for iOS and Android at the same time. But in the meantime, check out my other videos, check out the Clash Royale YouTuber tournament, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for the earliest possible update and sneak peek information. And of course, I hope to see all of you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks.
Ganondorf, you and me, mono e mono. Mono, like a man, not the disease.